right. Can you inventory a car like a day after you tow it? Let me give you some context what I'm talking about here. My name is Anthony Bandiero. I'm an attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue to Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing you another roadside chat. This officer is in Cleveland. All right, so the scenario. So, long story short, he says, patrol had a standoff with an individual inside of a vehicle parked on a city roadway threatening suicide by cop. The person made multiple statements that they would shoot the police. Eventually, SWAT came out and they broke the window. They gassed this guy out and he came out. Now, the vehicle was not inventoried on scene because of the gas, right? Not safe for the officers. So they basically hooked it up. They dragged it to an impound lot. And they did, again, they want to go back to the car. I just listen like a day later, once that gas kind of evaporates or, settles and so forth, whatever it is, outside the car, so that they can safely conduct their inventory. The first question, does the officer lose the inventory once it gets to a police impound lot, especially in a situation like this where the vehicle needed to air out? Easy answer. No, absolutely does not lose the right to inventory his car. This is absolutely a legitimate reason to not inventory the car right then and there. And I don't have any cases that I can pull off the top of my head, but I certainly know that there are some cases where, cops were not able to inventory the car on scene, limited manpower, other things going on, high call load and so forth. They towed a car, then they just went back later and inventoried it, and they found something illegal. And the suspect tried to complain and say, well, that was now, it's a illegal inventory. And the court says no. They as long as you have a reason for doing what you're doing, and it's not a pretext to, you're not towing the car as a pretext to find evidence against them, you're just fine. The cop says also Cady versus Dombrowski. Inventory search for dangerous items fit the scenario. I don't think the person ever showed the gun, but I believe it would probably be reasonable to inventory the passenger compartment based on the statements made, right? He did say he's going to shoot the police. And I guess this would maybe differ since it was in a police impound lot, more secure than a regular tow yard. Okay, so the answer, Cady versus Dombrowski is a case from 1970, where this off-duty cop, actually, he was arrested for DUI, and they towed the car, and they booked him in, and they actually went back to the tow yard to go look for a firearm. So kind of similar to this, isn't it? Right? They didn't do it right on scene. And they went back to the impound lot. Now, the impound lot was unsecure because it didn't have a fence around it. It was like late 60s kind of, environment where they just wasn't like super secure. But regardless, they went to that rental car and they found evidence of a murder, actually. So, and then when they went to the court, they said, look, we're looking for a gun. He is a off-duty cop. We believe that off-duty cops carry 24/7. And the court upheld it under community caretaking. That is absolutely applies here too, right? Now, the question about, secure impound lot, I don't think courts really care. I think that the law is pretty clear that if you have a gun, in a car, in an impound lot, that is not the safest place for that gun to be, right? I understand that a police impound lot is more secure, theoretically, I guess, than a private impound lot, but maybe that's not true either, right? Maybe the private impound lot is actually more secure than the police. So I don't think we want to play that game of how tall is your fence and do you have barbed wire, right? I think what the courts are saying is that if you have this firearm in the vehicle, the best place for that firearm is in police inventory, custody, right, for safekeeping. And it's just not, maybe somebody does get into that impound lot, but also when you give it, when somebody comes to pick it up, let's say either the suspect or it's the insurance company because, they're going to recover the car or it goes to auction. At the end of the day, the gun should be secure, right? That's the point of all this. It's a dangerous item and it should be secure. Even if you don't have specific facts that somebody's going to jump your fence and get into that car. Though that could happen. So either way, you are good to go, and that's what should happen. Inventory the car when it's safe to do so. All right, guys, my job here is to help you get it right every single time. I hope I've done that for you. If you like what I'm doing here, can I just ask you for a tip? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It tells YouTube that you like what we're doing here. Share this video with your friends. Hopefully they get something out of it too. And until next time, my friends, you stay safe.